Tapia, NEO INTELLECT TV. As you know, I'm in the hood. I'm in the hood. Look, yo, we down here at an undisclosed location in Providence. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to bring to you the studios for First and Last Entertainment, the Formatt. Huge producer right now, producer extraordinaire coming up. Y'all follow me on this mission, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you know what it is, where it is. We going into the dungeons. You know what I'm saying? Feel me? And holla. As always, just pay attention to our shows. You know, I'm always trying to bring you that real stuff. Check, come on. You right here with the Formatt. Check this out. Formatt, First and Last Studio, that's what it is. Hey.
What's good, man? It's the Formatt, First and Last Enterprise. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the studio, man.
That's what it is. Coming up in here.
Sure, man.
Chilling. What is, everybody? Yo, introduce yourselves. Let them know who you are.
Boy, yo, OBM.
It's your boy Hell. It's good.
Your boy Sean Speaks. Holla at me.
That's what it is. You know, we doing it up in the studio right here. You know what I'm saying? Coming in, working with all kind of artists, all kind of vibes, and just trying to bring it all to you so that you can sit on your little couch and get your vibe on, even though you ain't going nowhere. I'm walking all the miles for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Check it out. Pay attention. It's NEO INTELLECT TV. Peace.
Peace.
You are now rocking with, as I said before, Tapia, NEO INTELLECT TV, First and Last Studios, the Formatt, super producer right now coming out of Providence, Rhode Island. Yo, check this out. We right here in the spot. Yo, Formatt.
What's good, Tap?
Yo, I'm coming in here trying to let the people know what's happening in Providence. What are all the cultural happenings? Who are the people to watch out for and look at? And my man, the Formatt, is one of the first people that sticks in my head, because his level of production is serious. You know, look up in here, look at the setup. He got all kinds of boards, pianos, he got guitars, basses. Look, and he got the Pro Tools set up, which, as everyone knows, that's the most accepted and the most readily universal format to start, you know, working with production. And he's the man right now. I'm gonna let him tell you a little bit more about what he's doing, all the production he's working on. As you know, he's working on my new project, you know what I'm saying? Check it out. Formatt, tell him a little bit about what you're doing in 09.
What's good, man? It's the Formatt, you know what I'm saying? I'm an up-and-coming producer from Rhode Island. Just putting in crazy work, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'd say I'm just making beats, man. I'm here every day, putting my time and putting my work in, and you know, as I can see right now, it's paying off, you know what I'm saying?
That's what it is, that's what it is. One thing that I like to mention is I got a new project coming out. The project is called Live from the Bureau, you know what I'm saying? And Formatt is one of the main producers on that project. I'm feeling real good about everything that he's doing. I got a song that we've been working on, and this is the beat, this is the whole track. You know, he's been putting all kinds of freaks for the beat, you know what I'm saying? I want him to play that for a little bit for you so you can get a little bit of an idea of what he's doing. Go ahead, let them know, let them hear that. Bam! Yeah! I know you feeling that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, just nod your head with us. Oh. Yo, you understand that it's gotta be serious when you hear something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's got all kind of influences. Right now, we in Providence, Rhode Island. That is way up on the eastern seaboard, you know what I'm saying? But this man's got the ability to produce for any region, any demographic, anybody. I've heard R&B beats from him. I've heard beats that were inspired by reggae, house. I've heard all different kinds of beats that are inspired by different genres. His ability is very versatile, and he'll get up in here and like hear something and just boom, stop playing something right along with it and do something that, as a producer, I've seen a lot of producers, but do something that shows his gifts musically. You know what I'm saying? And I want y'all to know about it because he's like one of the best kept secrets right now. He's coming up, you know what I'm saying? He been in New York doing this thing, been working with a lot of artists, you know what I'm saying? So you need to understand that right now is dead serious. Providence, Rhode Island. You can't even mention the scene right now as far as production goes without mentioning Formatt. You understand what I'm saying? As always, it's Tapia. I like to just let you know, NEO Intellect, New Intellect is a birth. Knowledge yourself, peace and love. Holla.
Yeah, what's good? This the Formatt. Shout out to NEO Intellect TV.
NEO Intellect. You heard it here first. Boom. You're now rocking with TAP, the best, NEO Intellect TV. We up here in Worcester, FNF Fashions with my man Frank Nino right here. You know, a well-known character
what's good?
around the Northeast, you know what I mean? Dropping mixtapes, dropping all kinds of promotions, doing a lot of work. You know, we got 3 brand new projects right there. Tell the people a little bit about your brand new projects.
This is the new Cam, hosted by Cam, you know. I'm the reason why you eat, you know what I'm saying? You can figure out the concept behind that one. You know, this is the, you know, Locks, Respect the Streets, Part 3, and Tsunami Wave, hosted by Max B, Part 3, you know what I'm saying?
You see, well connected, you know what I'm saying, in the industry right now, working with a lot of major artists. But, you know, I've been hearing a lot about, you know, he said, she said, about a lot of different subjects, you know what I'm saying? I understand that you got a situation right now in court with Lil Wayne's people and all that. You might tell people a little bit about everything, how things are going, what's happening?
You know, basically, you know, the situation with that is, back in 07, I put a CD out called The North and South Collide with Lil Wayne and Joel's. You know, we do a little mix CD run, you know, we put it in the streets, you know. But BCD got a hold of it, you know what I'm saying? They hit us up like, yeah, you know, we like your CD, this, that, and the third. You know, we want to work with you. So we sent them a copy of the CD, you know what I'm saying, for promotional use only. You know what I mean? They have put it in the stores with the barcode, you know what I'm saying? So I guess BCD is making, you know, the distributing company is making a lot of money off that. So Cash Money Call wouldn't have been in 09, it's been out since 07. You know what I'm saying? So basically at the end of the day, Cash Money sent a summons to me, DJ Drama, and BCD Music Group for them CDs that's in the store, like FYE, Circuit City. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I didn't make no money off that. You know what I'm saying? I just gave them the CD, like it's like I'll give you the CD. You know what I'm saying?
So they can promote it.
You know what I'm saying? So they put it in the stores. You know what I'm saying? And basically that's what happened. You know what I mean? With the barcode, so they made a lot of money off it. You know what I mean? I guess Cash Money, Baby, and them, you know. Kind of mad about the situation.
They ain't happy about that, but you know, one thing to keep in mind, I say this to all the viewers, is the industry really do what the streets do. You know what I mean? DJs, promoters, all that stuff, they're the heartbeat. You know, what they do out here is what the industry tries to either imitate or reflect. And when you see something like that, that's all good in art, in hip-hop, you know what I'm saying? You're doing something that's promoting them, putting it out, and you put it out there in good faith. They take it, run with it, make millions off it, and now you're on the hook for it. It's like an example of how the industry's sort of backwards sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So you know,
like I don't know why he's suing Drama. Drama's the same situation. I don't know what kind of deal Drama struck with them with the BCD Music Group. Mine was promotion use only. I ain't really make no money off it. So I ain't make no money off of each unit being sold out of the store with the barcode. You know, so you know, at the end of the day, when I go to court, they can't get money out of me. This is a civil suit, not a criminal suit, so I can't go to jail. None of that. It's just a straight civil suit, straight money they want. You know what I'm saying? So
you can't get water out of a rock. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
In the end, if you didn't make anything,
I don't even have 600. I don't even have 100,000. So what y'all gotta get out of me? What you gonna get out of me? You feel me? I'm starting to come up on the grind. I just don't like the fact that before they hit me with the summons, Cash Money at least called me. You know what I'm saying? At least say, yo, what's going on? Why is this CD in the stores? You know what I'm saying? Try to figure out how to get it out of there, or let's work with you because I see you moving. You know, some kind of some kind of reach out, you know what I'm saying? I understand if I ignored him and then still kept doing what I'm doing.
Some kind of dealings amongst men instead of going through the procedure.
Yeah, instead of, you know what I'm saying? Because, taking people to court, like, come on, I'm taking people to court for pennies. Like, you got 100 mil. Like, he's got to deal with Live Nation. You know what I'm saying? He getting 200,000 to show, you know what I mean? And not to mention he's suing QD3, Quincy Jones' son, you know what I'm saying? For a DVD they put out or some shit. I don't know the whole story behind that. But I think that's something about, they was working on the DVD together, or they, QD3 was put on a DVD of Lil Wayne. Like it has some Lil Wayne like drug habits in there or something. They wanted to take that out.
The promotion.
They wanted to take that out, but I guess QD3 might never took it out, and they brought it to the Sundance Festival. I'm not sure on the whole story, so don't really quote me on this, but it's something along those lines. So the same day I put my papers out, that QD3 things surfaced at the same time, you know. So it was like a whole big explosion, like Lil Wayne suing everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I want people to log on, LilWayneGonnaSueYou.com. You know what I'm saying? You can see the videos that we put out against Wayne, paperwork, you know what I'm saying, the QD3 story, whatever we do, whatever, you know, we're gonna keep everybody updated on how the court things go and all that on the site. You know what I'm saying? That's again LilWayneGonnaSueYou.com. So GONNA SueYou.com. You know what I'm saying? So go check that out, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, man. Shout out to Making Moves Entertainment, my man Leak, you know what I'm saying? He's like the other half of Making Moves. He's a brain behind the whole thing, you feel me? So he's the one that, you know, gets everything popping. You know what I mean? Shout out to my artist Blacksmith, you know what I'm saying?
Making moves. Y'all check that out, check the site, you know what I'm saying? And stay tuned, you know, the streets. This is the streets right here. Into the streets, NEO Intellect TV. Bam! You know who it is, TAPLAMAMAM. I'm here on Broad Street, Germantown and Broad Street, you know what I'm saying? Where the Broad Street bullies from, you know what I mean? Here in North Philly, trying to bring it to you. NEO Intellect TV. I bring you to all the spots, all different places, all over the country. You know what I'm saying? Giving you notice we're about to go up into Black and Nobel, premier place for information, books, all kinds of stuff. Take this mission with us, you know what I mean? Follow us. We're back, NEO Intellect TV, and we're at an undisclosed location here in Philly, Black and Nobel, you know, the premier place for information, books, all kinds of stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm here with my brother Hakeem over here, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk to you about what it is they do here, what is their aims, you know what I mean, and what they think about all the things that are happening right now. Tell me, how long y'all been deal?
Basically, we've been in business. We've been in business for 8 years. We started off vending, city vending, city That's how we got our start. Over the years, Wrong, one of the number one black music throughout the nation. So, you know, we thank all the exposure, intellect, and everybody else.
I'm out there hustling. Yes, I am. Bills gotta get paid. Oh, yes, they do. I'm out here hustling every day. Day and night. Just to get paid. Just to get my bills paid. I'm hustling every day and night. Trying to get some paper, cause my bills gotta get paid.
I'm staying hustling and seeing my hood, these times are hard. Steady trying to find a way, trying to make it through the night to see a brighter day. Then it's back to the block in the streets, in the strip, just to get another note, flip another hieroglyph. It's repetition, circle cycle vicious, from poverty to monopoly, then back to the bricks, to connection from the bricks to the sticks, just to chase the paper proper, never poly for the chip. Either move towards what you want or away from what you wish, cause the earth is never still spinning on its axis. I'm trying to get them notes, not the federation. I'm talking neutral territory, Swiss generation. I'm trying to get them notes, not the federation. I'm talking neutral territory, Swiss generation.
I'm out here hustling every day. Day and night. Just to get paid. Gotta get the bills paid. I'm hustling every day and night. Trying to get some paper. Cause my bills gotta get paid.
See, I gotta thank Allah for my senses and appendages. I still propose to compose letters in the sentences. Living paying penances for semblances of references. Extracting pain, sorta like the essences. senses. Living, learning lessons, it's imperative that you extract the sight. Your third eye wide will light up your life. So when you learn a lesson, learn and live it, give it right. Cause economics and physics is just a part of life. It's iconic when mind cosmic speed of light. And my comments on my rockets ain't precise to shock your both hemispheres, baby, left or right. And everybody gonna meet the fat boy tonight.
I'm out here hustling every day. Every day and night. Just to get paid. Gotta get my bills paid. I'm hustling every day and night. Trying to get some paper. Cause my bills gotta get paid. Yes, I am. I'm out there hustling. Yes, I am. Bills gotta get paid. Oh, yes, they do. Day and night. I'm out there hustling. Bills,
every day, nigga.
Let's see the light.
Well, yeah. T-A-P-M-A-M-A-M-A-L. Again, here in Hartford. I just wanted to talk about Hartford, you know, a little bit as a city on the East Coast. You got major cities in New England. You got Boston. You have Hartford. You have Providence. You have Springfield, New Haven. You also have, you know, biggest city on the East Coast, really, New York City. But the thing to think about with these towns, it's always personal for me because my father and his family were raised from Hartford, New Haven, Chicago, you know what I mean? Early Puerto Ricans from the 50s to up. You look at our communities like in places like this, we've been in these hoods for 60, 70 plus years. In some cases, more. You know what I'm saying?
Slavery was going on 100 years, more than 100 years.
Yeah. Whoa. But I'm talking about Hispanic populations, like Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, and you know, most of us
been around
in
for 40
these
years
hoods for long. You know what I mean? Like I was saying with my parents, some of my family being originally from here. I mean, once they came to the United States and Chicago and New York City. You come to these hoods, you see a part of our people, our culture that has been around here for a long time, and sometimes has, you know, strong influences in the communities. You know what I'm saying? And it's always good to see that. You know, everybody doesn't know what it is like up here in the north. You know what I'm saying? New England, New York. Well, a lot of population, a lot of people. You know, all different kinds of things going down. You got your people that is, you know, the hood, you know, drug addicts, heartbeat of the street. You got businesses that been there forever. I mean, you got all the extremes, you know. You get to see it every time we out here in these cars.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
See it all. You know? Your hustlers, your pimps. That's why we run into all those different kinds of people. All the different characters from the street. Like a Donald Goins now in true color, full color. If you can imagine that. That's what our life is like when we're going from place to place and seeing all these different people, being exposed to all these different experiences. It's like a full color movie. Screenplay, you know? What it is.
Whoa.
The skyline of the city, the castle.
got the drums or something? So in the morning then? Yo, if you don't show up in the morning so be a bird, you gotta be here early, man.
One day missions. You see that? That's one day missions. PFT four-man tactics. From what was the first place we went? Romantic, area Norwich, London, down there to Hartford, Connecticut, to Springfield, Massachusetts. You know, it's move. Gotta be on point. See, this is what it takes to make it in this hip hop game. You know, this is the kind of drive that it takes to be successful in this. You know what I'm saying? The overlord, master, teacher, Krook Rockets,
Traveling city to city, you know, just making moves any way that we can, you know what I'm saying?
And that's what we do. All over the place. My man, the dude that's been holding down the camera for a minute, he's got the illest ideas, screenshots, and all of that. Is the man Big J back there on the camera. You know what I'm saying? My partner, you know, we just trying to let everybody know, you know, what it's all about. And this is an opportunity. Just follow for a day, you know?
Track the movement.
You know who it is, Tapia. You know who it is, Tapia.